ASMR Gaming News. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to a special ASMR Gaming Fortnite video. So a lot of people have been asking me to do this video for about a year now. So I thought today is the perfect day to finally do this. I'm going to be revealing my Fortnite settings, and these are the settings that I've been using for almost like a year now. So if you're always wondering about my Fortnite settings, I'm going to be showing them to you and explaining some things. So if you want to copy exactly what my settings are, you can. Just know that I do play on controller, and I usually use my Scuff controller or a PlayStation 4 controller. So first, let's go right here to my video settings. So let me see. I guess we can start with here. I usually play in full screen, of course. It's the best for your FPS. You never want to play in windowed. Resolution, I usually keep it at this. I'm not one of those people that tries to get the absolute maximum FPS. I know some people like to lower their resolution and do other things like that, but honestly, I'm happy with full screen. I'm happy with my resolution like this. Now, here is my frame rate. Now, my laptop can actually do like 240 FPS, but in order to get that, I have to put my Fortnite settings to the absolute bottom, and honestly, unless I'm playing arena, like super competitively, I don't ever need to do that. So I usually keep it at 160 FPS, because my other PC is also kind of locked. My other monitor is 155 hertz, so I usually keep it at 160 when I play on that PC, and I usually keep it on 160 when I play on this one. So yeah, it just makes sense to keep my settings like this. But if you have a powerful PC, you definitely want to put this up more. This is all default here. I've not changed anything. People always ask me if I put colorblind mode on or stuff like that, but honestly, I think Fortnite looks beautiful in the default settings, so I've never ever touched any of these. Then we have the auto set quality, which is auto set because I configure it on my own. I know some people like to use the presets, but this is the settings that I usually use. I actually copied these settings from like Tfue many seasons ago when he would still play Fortnite. I remember watching a video of him, and I was like, oh, I'll just copy his settings, and I never really changed them. I'm sure he's changed them since then, if he even still plays Fortnite. I heard he went back this season, but I keep view distance on Epic, and the reason for this is I think it's like the most important thing to be able to spot people gliding in from the distance, or buildings or trees, or what's on fire, what's crashing, and this always lets me know what's going on, so I try to keep this one on Epic always. Shadows I have completely off. Now it does look really nice when you have it up here, but it's a lot easier to get kills with it off, because when it gets dark in Fortnite, it's very easy for people to hide behind rocks or shadows of a tree or something, and you don't even see them. So definitely don't keep settings on if you're playing, to get a win or something. Now, anti-aliasing and textures I keep on medium, and the reason for that is with this off, the game looks terrible, and with this off, the game looks absolutely terrible. So I want to keep it on at least at something that looks decent, but I don't want to put it up here, or else my PC will probably not be able to run it at like 160 FPS stable. On my other PC, PC, I could definitely run it on this. It would be 160 FPS stable, but the one I'm currently recording on, I just always keep it on medium. Just gives me a stable FPS. And effects, I usually keep on low. Unless I'm playing, a special Fortnite event, then I'll put this all the way at epic because I want to see all the special effects and lighting and stuff like that. But usually keep that on low. Same for post-processing. I usually keep this one on low. Now I know some people say like, wait, why aren't you keeping this on high or epic? But I've just found that keeping it low has always given me the best performance, so that's what I use. Now, VSync, I keep it off because I've never ever had any problems with screen tear in Fortnite. And the times where I have turned this on, there's like weird frame rate issues, so I never keep it on. Motion blur is one of the most annoying things in video games, so you better believe I turned this off the second this option was available in Fortnite. Show FPS, I always keep it on because I like to see if my FPS is dropping or, just a quick glance at it every once in a while. Rendering mode, I keep it still on DirectX 11, and the reason for that is every month or so there's like a new update to the DirectX beta that this and this are currently in, and these modes still have issues with RTX NVIDIA cards, so until these are no longer in beta and are fully supported in all the new updates, I'm just gonna keep it on 11. I don't care what anybody says. Multi-threaded rendering, I do have this on. Gives me the best graphic, settings and loading in the game. Gives me the best FPS. This is off. This is off. And this is off. All this stuff, if I turn it on, the game does look nicer for the most part, but I'm not really looking for that right now. But definitely if you have a really powerful PC and you don't care about FPS or stuff like that, definitely turn these on. It will make your game look nicer. Next, matchmaking. I usually keep it on auto unless I'm switching when I'm playing with people from other regions. Language, of course, English. Also, why are there two different versions of English? I just noticed that. What? Bruh. Oh, I want it on that. That's weird. Okay, thank you. I'll restart the game later. I never knew there was a different English in Fortnite. I had it on the wrong default this whole time. Toggle sprint, I have that off because let me tell you, when you're in a build fight, the worst thing to accidentally do is toggle sprint, because you might be running up a ramp, toggle the sprint button, and then you start walking slow and just die because you were panic building or something. So definitely keep this off. I never ever want to have this on. Sprint by default, always on. There's no reason not to want to run in Fortnite unless you're trying to be stealthy, I guess. But you can crouch for that, so yeah, always have this on as default. Sprint that cancels reloading, I have this off because I really don't like how when I used to have it on, it would give me problems with, sprinting and reloading, so yeah, I just have that off right now. Auto open doors I have off. I know there's some strategies to having it on. Personally, I like to choose when I want to open or close a door. But I know some people like the ability of just walking near a door and it opens, but every time when I've used this, I usually die badly, so I don't like that one. Hold swap to pick up. Now, every single pro player that I watch will tell you to use this and to use it, keep it on. Personally, I don't like it, and it's just my own weird reasons, but I do agree that it's good, so you should probably use this and you should keep it on, but I don't. It's basically a faster and easier way to swap weapons without problems. Toggle targeting off, I hate that. Mark danger when targeting on, I do like that. Auto pickup weapons, weird, controversial opinion, but I like this on. There have been times where I landed and I got, shotgun or something quickly just because I walked on it, and I would be dead. if I didn't have this on, so this has actually saved my life a few times. But I know people hate this. They hate picking up weapons they don't want, but honestly, I really like it. I'd rather have a terrible weapon than no weapon. Preferred item slots. I do use this. I configured it like this. So you can copy my settings here. Assault rifle, shotgun, SMG, consumable item, and consumable item near the end. So yeah, in that order is what you usually see in my videos. Then over here, auto sort consumables to the right. People always ask me, AGN, how did you get your medkit, to appear on the right side of the screen automatically? Well, the answer is this right here. It'll always put your medkit or your mini to the right. So, I love this. Okay, reset building choice on. I absolutely hate when it starts from the build that you were previously using or something. I always like it to reset. I know some people don't like that, but I don't. So I have it on reset. Disable the pre-edit option. I have this on. I know some people, pro editors and stuff, they do like to keep this one on. They like to pre-edit. I don't, so I disabled the pre-edit option. Turbo building on, of course. It's probably the best thing that ever happened to Fortnite, so I keep that on. Confirm edit on release. I use this on. Now I've tried to use edit on release off, and I'm sorry, I just couldn't do it. I know some people say it's the absolute best way to edit. If you practice and get good with this off, you will be like an amazing player, but I'm sorry, I need every single little bit of help I can get. So it does help me do faster edits, but it's not as skillful, but I do have that on. Let's keep going. Contextual tips I keep off because I don't care about the tips. Extra game options, all this stuff are just like set to defaults. Like I've never touched anything here except tap to search interact. This basically makes it so if you tap to open a chest, you don't have to keep it pressed down. It'll just automatically do it. So it kind of, helps your fingers from getting hurt, having to push down for like 3 seconds to open a chest or something. So definitely useful. Here's replays and stuff like that. You can see none of this stuff's super important. Over here, I keep the HUD scale at 100%. Most people absolutely change this. I just keep it at the default. I keep it default. I like to see the spectator count, reticle on, player health, resources, mini-map, quick bar. As you can see here, basically every single thing is the default. I do keep latency debug stats off, just because I already have this on, and I feel like if I have this on as well, it will just be too much info. This already lets me know what my ping is and if I'm laggy, so I feel like I don't need to have this on. But if you want, you can definitely try that out. And everything else here is on, with the exception of the creative runtime performance stat thing, because I don't play creative much. Mouse sensitivity, I've never even used mouse in Fortnite, so yeah, don't even look at that. Okay, so here's what everybody's probably interested in, the controller options. So here we go, this is the meat and potatoes of this video. So, warning, you do need a SCUF controller, because these settings, I made them for my SCUF controller, and they only really work for the SCUF controller. I've tried it on the regular PS4 controller, and it works okay, but I played it just really, really well with this on SCUF. I don't know, the sensitivity was just perfect for that. So, controller auto run on. Builder Pro immediately, build immediately on. Edit hold time, none of this matters. This could be at 0. This could be at 0 because I have edit on release. So these settings don't matter at all. This one right here, slide, of course does. Slide matters, but edit does not. So This could be like all the way down here, or all the way up here. Doesn't matter. I just keep it on the green default one because I'm like that. But if you have confirm edit on release, then your edit hold time doesn't exist. There's no hold time at all because it's instant. Slide hold time, I keep it at the default. I feel like it's good. I know some people like to make it even lower, so as soon as they press crouch, they're sliding. But I noticed that if I put it down a little bit more, I just slide way too fast, and sometimes I actually want to crouch. So yeah, definitely don't maybe mess with that. Vibration off. If you care about your aim, turn vibration off. Now when I use a stealth controller, I got one that had the vibration removed, so my stealth controller won't even vibrate even if I put that to on. But for most of you should probably just keep it off. Look sensitivity, I always used 5. Aim sensitivity, I've always used 5. In older seasons, I used to play on 6, but I noticed that if I put these to 5, I played a little bit better. Now, here is my build mode sensitivity multiplier, 2. Edit mode sensitivity multiplier, 2, so I keep these at 2. So it's double of what the default is, and I play well with that. I have used advanced options on, which basically allows me to edit the sensitivity even better for the ADS and regular look sensitivity. So here we go. This is going to be insane for probably a lot of people. So look horizontal speed, I have on 34%. I've played so much testing this out, but for me personally, I play the best with look horizontal speed 34 and look vertical speed 34. So when I turn, when I look up, and stuff like that, these are the settings I use. Now, these I turned completely off. What these are is they basically give you a boost as you turn, and I don't want those boosts because I have auto run and instant boost when building off. So I have all this stuff off, and I do not like the boost when you turn or anything like that. I don't like those things. So turning horizontal boost off, it's at 0%. Turning vertical boost, 0%. So basically it makes it so it's disabled when it's at 0%. Turning boost ramp time, I have this at 0. Basically, if I remember correctly, the higher this is, the longer it takes you to run when you're on a ramp. So if I were to put this like here, it means that it would take like 0.6 seconds for me to start boost running when I build a ramp and I'm walking on it. And obviously, if you're in a build fight, you don't want to be slow. So I have all of this stuff at the absolute lowest. And I have this instant boost when building. Basically, it makes it so basically it boosts instantly, and basically keep it at this. Okay. I'm having a hard time like explaining it because I played with this on and I did not like it, so I turned it off. You can read here, it says enable this setting to ignore the boost ramp time when in build mode, and that's exactly why I wanted to disable it, because I did not want that. So if you don't want that, keep it off like me. Now, over here is my ADS, so when I'm aiming with my shotgun or assault rifle, my sensitivity for the look horizontal speed is 10%, and vertical speed is 14, so 10 and 14. And the reason why this is a little bit higher is if I have this a little bit lower, my aim is just terrible. So I noticed that 14% is a sweet spot for me. 10% is a sweet spot for the horizontal speed. And of course, I have the horizontal boost and stuff, all this stuff turned off. Ramp time, and see, just like up here, all this stuff off. And down here I have it off as well, because I don't like that. Next, look dampening time, I have that at 0.07 seconds. I've played around with this a little bit. You know, you definitely have to find what works best for you. Here is my look input curve. I use linear. Now, the Fortnite default, I believe, is exponential, and it takes a little bit getting used to when you switch this to linear. But now that I'm playing on linear, I like it more than exponential. It definitely is better, so I recommend playing on linear. Aim assist, of course, 100%. If you're playing with controller, it's already hard. Playing against tryhards is special, especially after the nerf to aim assist. I miss the old aim assist, it was better, but yeah, definitely keep this at 100% unless you need to, you know, flex on your friends that you know, destroyed them with 0% aim assist or something, you know. Definitely keep that on. That's not important. The copy, legacy, or basic. Okay, so let's talk about this because obviously this looks weird. Okay, my left stick dead zone is 8%, and my right stick dead zone is 12%. Now, let me explain something. I have that set to something else because I have a controller drift at the moment, so here, I'll head back down there. I didn't want to mess up those settings. So basically, this would be at like 12%, 13%. This would be at 8%. So this is correct. This is not correct. And the only reason why I have it so high is because I have like a stick drift problem with my SCUF controller. I plan on getting a new one very, very soon. It's been like a year since I had the old one, so yeah, it's a little bit busted after using it so much. So I had to kind of mess with the sensitivity to get it to work again. But yeah, definitely do not use a sensitivity this high. Keep this at 8%. Put this at like 12 or 13% if you want to copy my real settings. Enable foot controller off, and all this stuff is off for 1% and 50%. It's a default basically. This is my volume. I keep my main at 90%, music at 77, sound effects at 80%, and everything else like this. So basically, I can hear everything pretty well in game. I never have problems with not hearing footsteps or stuff like that. So yeah, definitely copy these if you're looking for some settings. Here's my sound settings and stuff like that. Don't even look at that. Don't use keyboard. Okay, so here we have custom controller settings. So I'm using my custom settings, and let's see. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. Let's go. I don't want to reset. Can I just? Okay, I guess I'll just show off what I have here. So this is what my combat controls are. By the way, I was using a Builder Pro for a very long time, and then I finally switched to custom. So this is my custom build for Fortnite and everything. So these are my combat controls, as you can see here. Everything is pretty normal with the exception of circle being switch mode. I don't think it's switch mode. It's usually edit mode if I remember correctly or something. But I did change that. Next, these are my build controls. So you can see switch mode, edit is set to the L analog stick. So my left analog stick is edit both here and here. And someone in the comments many years ago told me to switch my left analog stick to edit, and I never did it until this year, and believe me, it definitely works. It's much better to edit with the left analog stick and use circle to, you know, switch to edit mode. Now let me explain something. With the SCUF controller, I have a paddle on the back which is configured to the circle button, so I never actually press the circle button. I click the back of my controller to go to switch mode, and then I just edit with the L analog stick, you know, the left one, so it's much easier. Here are my edit controls. L1 is reset. R2 is select, so I select my edit, and the second I let go, it edits. So super easy to edit. So when I press the L button, that takes me into edit mode. I select what I want to edit, and I just hit R2, automatically edits. And then I have, reset and confirm the reset on L1 and R1. Definitely helps me out. Then over here are my ability controls, and they're all pretty much the same, as you can see here. The only big differences are switch mode and edit mode, as you can see. And it worked wonders for my editing, these settings and everything. And then here we have the dead zone. Now you don't have to worry about the dead zone here. Just make sure that your controller settings down here are the true dead zone settings. So these are what's important. You don't gotta edit them in the controller screen. And then I guess over here is my final settings section. It's not really important. None of this stuff's really important. Yeah. So I never play on anonymous mode or anything like that. But yeah, that's my Fortnite settings, everybody. So finally revealed them. That's what I'm always playing on. Let me know if this video helped you out, and thank you all for watching. So long and farewell.